A lucky goal wasn't enough to stop a dominant Coventry City side. Hello there, welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today I'll be breaking down, reacting to the 2-1 loss that we have just suffered at the Coventry City Building Society Stadium, whatever it is, Coventry City. So it's our first time losing against Coventry City in, I believe, 5 visits to Coventry. 4 of them being wins, and then I think the other one was a draw, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, from pretty much minute 1, we was fairly much dominated. I think the stats ended up being about a 35% possession for Hull and 65 or whatever that is to Coventry. So yeah, we got dominated a little bit on the possession side, but that's not the aim of the game. You don't win games by having more of the ball. We know that because we didn't win any games under Tim Volta. Shots-wise, Coventry, they had loads of shots. I think they had about 16, 17 shots once all was said and done. Hull only had themselves, I believe, half of that, about 8 or so. So yeah, lack on shots. What was good was we saw more shots from outside of the area. Maybe we could have had them mixed in with a bit more of a broken down shot where it is inside the area, maybe a little bit of a higher chance to score a bit of a higher XG if you want to talk through that stat. But I didn't mind the shots out of the area. Some of them looked quite good. There was a Mason Burstow one in the second half, an outside of the foot curler that the keeper had to fight really hard to save. And let's not forget, Ivo Panda, he saved a penalty in this game. It could have been even worse. It could have been a 3-1 loss. It was a lucky 2-1 loss in all said and done. I'll go through the goals and then I'll break down each player and give them a little bit of a rating. So not Mason Burstow, João Pedro scored the goal for Hull. It was another lucky goal as we saw in midweek. This time another fantastic cross from Abu Kamara, who I was unsure on why he got subbed off. I'm not sure if that was injury reason or if we just felt that Mason Burstow was better suited out on that wing, but I thought Abu Kamara didn't play too bad in that first half, putting a few good crosses. So Abu Kamara crossed it in fantastically. Ryan Longman headed it right onto the post, but luckily then it fell to João Pedro, who just had to tap it in, meaning 1-0 City, and we was out of the relegation zone. We was flying high, and then we saw second half come round, and we conceded through Louis Coyle. They crossed one to their back post, pretty much a similar format to the Hull City goal. And for Louis Coyle's sake, he just didn't want to play football for that one. It was a bit of a tough one. He was running back on his goal, and maybe in his mind he was second guessing himself. Wait, if I'm going to header this, I might header it into my own net. I maybe would have preferred him to maybe score the own goal there rather than just back out of it and go for what looked like a when people are doing a running race and they do that big lunge at the end to try and cross the line first. That's what it looked like. It looked like his body had given up on him. So Louis Cole's fault for the first goal for Coventry. Well, it's pretty much his fault for the second one as well. A bit of a better skill move from the Coventry City player who was down that left-hand side. He was doing a few cut back and forth, and Louis Cole was lost for all days. And then it was just a really good cross into the unmarked man in the centre of the 6-yard box, who just nodded it past Panda. In between them 2 goals, Charlie Hughes did give Coventry City another chance to boost their scoring in this game, as he awarded them a penalty after sliding in a bit recklessly on one of their players inside of the area. Penalty, it was a bit of a poor effort, plenty of power, wasn't enough in a corner, and once Panda guessed the right way, he was saving it. So he saved that one and then rebounded on top of it to stop any incoming threats. So fantastically done by Panda. I thought Panda did an alright job in this game. But yeah, we're going to go through my team ratings for every player in the City squad, and because Louis Cole messed up 2 goals, I think you can have a guess where his rating might be nearer to. So we'll start off with Panda, of course. So Panda, he didn't do too bad, as I say. He saved a penalty, boosted him up quite massively, did a few nice saves, commanded his area quite nicely, and I thought for the 2 goals, he didn't really have anything to fault massively. maybe could have come out and collected the ball out of the air for the second goal, but it all happened quite quickly. Maybe he should have had a bit more faith in Louis Coyle to stop that cross coming in, because it didn't look realistically like he was going to get a cross away, until Louis Coyle just decided to once again give up on playing football. So Panda, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. A little bit of an inflated one for the City squad, just due to the penalty save, which was quite a big moment in itself. Move on to the defensive line. Now, I'm going to come to in a minute to why Cody Drammer should be fuming, as he really should have a right on having either the starting right back role or being second choice left back, not having Matty Jacob come on in replace of him. So Cody Drammer should be fuming, and rightly so. Because Louis Coyle, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. Pretty much at fault for the 2 goals, giving up a few fouls as well unnecessarily, and didn't provide too much attacking going forwards, I thought. There was a few good moments, yes, there will be for any football player in a match, but overall, it was a very, very poor performance for Louis Coyle, who was the result of Coventry City grabbing their 2 goals in the game. So poor form from Louis Coyle in this one, and he gets a 3 out of 10 from me. Charlie Hughes, Charlie Hughes a little bit lucky to survive this game. Picked up a yellow card a few minutes before the penalty challenge that he did, which maybe should have resulted in another yellow card, if all things being honest. But it didn't. It was luckily still on the pitch, only picking up 1 yellow card in this game. And so from that, a little bit of a strong performance from him. Of course, it's Charlie Hughes, 5 out of 10. So, Sean McLaughlin, a little bit of a weaker one from Charlie Hughes. Would rather have Alfie Jones there, but Jones was on the sidelines due to not wanting to risk him coming back from this injury. That he's just had the hamstring problem that he picked up in training. So I'm going to give Sean McLaughlin a 4 out of 10. I thought he had a few poor bits where he was charging up the field at reckless points towards the end of the game. I think he gave up a foul a good halfway into the opposition's half, which is maybe not where you want your centre-back to be. Starting left-back, Ryan Giles. I thought Giles did okay. I quite like his partnership up with Ryan Longman down that left-hand side. Just need to trust each other a little bit more, but I think positive things are coming from it. So Ryan Giles, 5 out of 10. Moving ahead, Steven Alzate. Alzate, once again, fantastic. Was really putting in a strong defensive performance. And he was one of the main reasons why Hull City was so strong at the back in that first half. In a first half that Coventry City maybe should have grabbed a few goals themselves. Hull City held them out, reducing them down to, I think they only had about 4 or 5 shots on target in that first half, out of the 8 shots that they had. And it was all due to pretty much Steven Alzate having a fantastic performance in that number 6 role once again. Unfortunately, he was subbed off, which then resulted in some of the goals coming in. Ahead of that, Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer didn't have a best of returns to his former home before joining Hull City in Coventry. I think it maybe got to him a little bit. It was a very un-Casey Palmer performance, I must say, after he returned into Coventry. So I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Or 3.5, actually. I'll give him a 3.5. Regan Slater. He did a few good moments, a few little dummies and bits like that. It's your average Regan Slater stuff, but severely outmatched in that midfield. So I will give Regan Slater a 4.5 out of 10. Moving further on, looking out wide, say Abu Kamara started the game out on the right wing. A little bit confused why he got subbed off, as he was basically the main factor once again why Hull City got a goal, and also put in a few fantastic crosses in that first half. So we'll give Abu Kamara a 5.5 out of 10. On the left flank was Ryan Longman. Ryan Longman I thought did okay as well. And so I'm going to give Ryan Longman a 5.5 out of 10 as well. A little bit similar to Abu Kamara, in that he was doing all right out on the wide, if you want to call it that, with this Ruben Sayers formation. João Pedro started up top again. He got the goal. Poacher's finish, if you want to call it that. But he did get the goal. And so for that, a little bit of an inflated rating situation. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Wasn't the best João Pedro, wasn't the worst João Pedro. It was just João Pedro. Now onto some of the substitutes, then I'll reveal my man of the match. So Mason Burstow came on once again. I thought he was fantastic when he came on once again. And once again, why is this man not starting? I was a bit surprised why he was subbed on for Abu Kamara. I maybe could have seen Mason Burstow coming into more of a central role, but as I say, we don't know if Abu Kamara was injured, and then Mason Burstow, of course, being one of the first men to come on and replace him out on the right flank. Chris Bedia, he also came on. So at one point we did have 3 strikers on the field, or I believe for the remainder of the game when Chris Bedia came on, we had 3 strikers on the field technically. Chris Bedia, didn't see enough from him, so I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. Marvin Malum came on. He didn't do too bad, to be fair. Was a bit frustrated when all was said and done at the end of the game, and I presume that he is a little bit unhappy behind the scenes at City. Of course, he was one of the big fans of Tim Volter coming in. Well, I think it was Volter's first signing, I think Marvin was. Came in, apparently worked together before them two. So really a Tim Volter signing. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Marvin was shipped off in January to make room for a Ruben Sayers signing. So Marvin Malum, I thought he did all right in this game though from his cameo appearance. So a 3.5 out of 10. Notice there's no real strong high scorings. You can probably guess who the man of the match is based on my ratings so far. Trying to think of who else came on. Gustavo Puerta came on as well. I thought Puerta was okay. He came on for Steven Alzate. A nice little replacement sub, I must say. If we're going to use that again, I would be happy with doing it. I thought Gustavo Puerta on for Alzate. It's a nice sort of, not quite like-for-like substitution, but a very strong replacement switch, albeit. So I will give Gustavo Puerta in his limited role a 3 out of 10. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone else now. I apologise if I am forgetting one of the substitutes, but I don't think I am. And so if you haven't guessed, my man of the match is Ivo Panda, mainly for the penalty save and also having a few good saves along the way. So well done, Ivo Panda. As I said, if I was Cody Drama right now, I would be fuming. Louis Carroll having a subpar performance, really should be getting on there to replace him after maybe the first goal mistake. And even when, I apologise, Matty Jacob came on. Let's rate him now. Matty Jacob, I thought Matty Jacob was not too bad. Wasn't dominant down the left-hand side. Wasn't as passive as we saw him sort of in pre-season and stuff. So Matty Jacob, I'm going to give him a 3.5 out of 10. So yeah, Cody Drama, he really should be getting on. When Matty Jacob comes on at left back, you can think Drama's played majority of the season at left back. Why is he not coming on if you want to take Giles off his feet? Why is he not coming on to replace a Louis Coyle or something along that aspect? Because Cody Drama has been quite a highlight for this Hull City squad this season. He's been absolutely fantastic. Rarely put a foot wrong. He's been playing out of position majority of the season and thriving down there. And he's I would say majority of City fans' first choice right back when all is said and done. And possibly up there on choice of left backs as well. Maybe argue over Ryan Giles, of course, with the current setup under Sayers. But Cody Drama, I would be fuming if I was you not to get a look in whether there is maybe something going on a little bit there, and we don't fully know, and maybe Drama is going to start next Saturday. Who knows? But I would be a little bit fuming if I was Cody Drama, as I'm sure a lot of you City fans appreciate that review, because Drama, he's head and heels above Louis Cole, especially from that Louis Cole performance that we saw today, which was nothing you want to write home about, was it? Let's be honest. So yeah, that's my reaction from yet another City loss. We thought things were shaping up. Of course, still have faith in the manager. Give it time. He's only been in charge for under a week, and yeah, I don't think that it was a to fault a bad managerial performance, a bad Hull City performance. Yes, the players went up to scratch and probably is one of the worst fielded Hull City teams that we've seen in a while. The players in this squad, it's probably up there with one of the worst teams that we've seen be in Hull City. So for quite a few years, I must say, if you want to go back towards the dark ages. So I must say that Ruben Zayas is doing well with what he's got, with only being in for 5-6 days as manager. Just doing well. We just came up against a Coventry side that had their backs against the wall from minute one and was kicking. They was dominant. They realistically should have had more goals than what they did. They should have had stronger chances than what they did. They just were unable to do what they set out to, which has been this tale of their season, hasn't it? And it's their first win at home since mid-October, and the first win at home under Frank Lampard. Of course, Hull City haven't picked up a win since October 1st, and that hunt for that win still continues, and the hunt for Ruben Zayas' first win as Hull City manager continues. So you do want to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel as I keep up to date on everything Hull City with daily videos about everyone's favourite team in East Yorkshire. So I will see you in the next video. Up the Tigers. Go on.